Hello everyone and welcome to this very special first edition of Puka GT in the morning. I'm Clark and I hope you're having a good one. So this is an interesting one, haven't done this before. I think my very first stream was covering the release of the Spec 3 content and I just so happened to do that one in an afternoon. But aside from that, I've purely been an evening streamer until now. So I thought this would be a fun little addition to the regular weekly lineup. I'd found that I'd spent quite a bit of time on Thursday mornings as it was working on my quali time and even hopping into the odd daily race. And I'm like, look, if I'm in the chair, may as well be streaming it. So thought I'd give it a try, even if there aren't too many people around, because I know you're all busy with your family, work and college and whatever else. So who knows, might be a whole new demographic of people in other time zones who might get to see this. We'll see. But that being said, Luke, my man, how are you getting on? See you in the chat already. Morning, mate. Hope you're good. I'm very ready for this morning stream. Come on, Puka fam. Cheers, dude. How are you getting on, Luke? Did you have any races last night? I didn't. I know we were having problems with the chat, but I didn't see you in any of the lobbies. Yeah, it was such a shame last night. It appears to have been a YouTube-wide issue with chat, where chat was working for other languages, but some glitch had caused it to auto-moderate anything it detected as English. So yeah, a lot of people were left stuck without the chat. And yeah, Luke, it looks like it's working this morning. I actually jumped on another streamer's channel this morning and was having a back and forth with them about it, just to make sure it was working for myself. But looks to be good. Oh, and F1N plays. It's great. It's funny. There's already more chat this morning than there was last night. This is great. Did you get to see the new anime trailer for the Puka GT spin-off last night? Oh, and you improved your time. Oh no, gonna have to take a look at that. How are we doing? Swap to our main cam. That's always ominous when Luke tells you he's a new faster time. But yeah, that's a fair bit of what this session is going to be this morning. I will hop into daily races, but I'm going to pretty much set an hour-long timer for myself now to just improve my consistency on the track and see if I can actually beat the quali time that I've set already. Wow, 3 people viewing. I was not expecting to see any of yous up and early, so up and watching so early. This is great, lads. Ooh, not even a tenth in it. Not even a tenth in it. Great time though, man. I haven't gotten any like that. I had that lap there of 156.362. It was just a fluke lap. I haven't even gotten above 156.6 since. And Luke, you're going to join me on it as well. Okay, it's on, baby. It's on. We'll see how we do. Actually, there is one thing I have been doing since last week that has been going on quite well for me, where instead of relying on other people's lap guides, I have been going through the top replays and just documenting myself exactly what they're doing. And I find that although it's not necessarily new information I'm getting compared to the likes of Tidgeny's lap guide, it does seem to reinforce it in my memory better when I actually spend the time to look at it directly myself, really study it, and to actually, more importantly, write it down. It's like it lodges it in my brain. So I'm learning tracks a good bit faster and setting slightly more competitive times with it, I think. So I did that yesterday, got my good time, logged off for a few hours, and then by the time I'd come back in, I'd probably forgotten a few of the notes. I noticed in the races last night there were 1 or 2 corners in particular I was weak on, constantly going wide on. So I'm going to refer to my notes today. I'm going to look back through some replays. I'm going to take a look at the data logger, and I'm going to get quallying and see if I can catch that greasy monkey. Yeah, damn right. Let's push each other, man. And for anybody else who is watching, if you haven't added me yet as a friend on PlayStation Network, please do. F1M plays. I don't see you there. I think I have you as a friend though. Have you just not set a time yet this week? Or maybe you're focusing on race C. I know a lot of people were doing that this week. Oh, and Luke, if you happen to remember to save any of your best laps, please share them. I'm curious to see where you're strong versus where I'm weak. You never know, we might be able to give each other the benefit of the other person's strengths if we kind of share and compare. You'll notice my soda this morning is replaced with coffee. It's how I get my caffeine in the first half of the day. Okay. Alright, I'll just dive in, do a couple of warm-up laps here. That's it. Refresh my memory of the track. Oh, actually, I do want to do it with the Ghost, though. Always warm up with the Ghost. Only kind of start to remove it as I get going. Okay, if you want to appear on the leaderboard, just send me a friend request on PlayStation Network. My ID is in the description of this video. Up to yourself, man. Only if you want to appear here. Yeah, I'm tending to be only race B now. I've done race C a few times since Christmas, but I just find it's not as good for streaming. It's just a bit too intense when you're racing 25 minutes, 5-minute break to catch up on the messages, drink water, run to the bathroom. It's just it doesn't lead to my favorite streaming sessions, let's just say. That being said, I had a lot of fun in Tokyo, but I didn't like... What was it? Was it Interlagos? Where we had half an hour? There was some week, about 2-3 weeks ago, where I was in Daily Race C purely, and it was like 27-minute races, and it was a bit too much. Ah, too wide. Let go of the steering too early there. I thought I had it. This was proving to be my weakest corner last night. Kept running way too wide on it. I think I wasn't braking hard enough. How do you share the lap times? You know what? I'll show you right now. I'll share that stonker of a 2-minute lap with you. So what you have to do is save replay. Or if you've been doing a number of laps, save best lap replay. And then you need to go to showcase. Then you go to my items and you go share, and if you like you can make it only open to friends, and then okay, and if you do that I'll be able to get it and open it up. My stats, make sure we're running right. Looks good. Have you seen Jack's time from our group? Luke, look at that, 155.8. He's the man to beat this week. Wolfie hasn't really had much of a chance to do anything. He's been wrecked at work the last few days. Apparently the weather has improved in the Netherlands and we've been getting a lot more business at the restaurant. Oh, if it won't let you okay to share it, it's because you need to fill in some of the boxes there. I think you have to add a description. You can just like type whatever you want. Yeah. He said it yesterday. He just kind of messaged, oh yeah, I'm going to set a really good lap time now, and an hour later he came back with that. Something else. Okay. Oh wow, one new subscriber already today. That's amazing. Thanks so much, whoever you are. By all means, feel free to say hi in the chat if you like. We hit 150 subscribers overnight. Another kind of big milestone for us. Barely been 2 weeks since we hit 100, so exponential growth. Always great to see. So I'm about to do something a bit different here. This is something I've never done on stream before, but this is kind of how I remember what I'm meant to do corner by corner. So I'm actually just going to do a slow little cruise by each corner and call out the notes that I have on each one. And Luke, I'm curious to hear if you are doing things differently, or if you have different brake points or acceleration points. So lap 1, I was originally braking at the 200, but then I swapped to just see where the fence goes from kind of like the 4 rows to the 3 rows there on the left. So it's as soon as that hits the corner of my screen, I'm braking at 100%. And just to bring up my notes here as well. So I then do 100% until about the point that I reach here. That Gran Turismo 7 board that just went past on the left side of the screen. Trail off relatively quickly. Shift down to 3rd as I'm doing all of this. Coast and then kind of hit the power again full whack right before I hit that curb. And the lowest speed I should be aiming for is about 122 kilometers. And I'm trying to go as far over on this curb as I can to ensure that I'm using as much of the track as possible. Then next few corners until the chicane are just flat out, obviously enough. There is nothing I love more in this game than a bunch of flat out high speed corners. Now, as for the chicane, this one, I'm relatively happy with how this is going for me, but I know I could tighten it up a bit because I know the Ghost is on the power a good bit earlier than I am. But what I'm doing is I'm waiting until the point that the 300 board there just hits the left side of my screen. I'm dabbing to 50% and immediately shifting down to 5th and turning as I do. And then I'm pretty much just coasting at that point, but still with a lot of speed to here. Trying to keep it as tight as I can against that barrier, and tiny dab of the brake as I go over the curb just to stabilize the car. I'm turning as I arrive here and full on the accelerator before I leave that curb. Continue on like that. I'm keeping it in 5th. And then it's right as you see where the grass meets the red and yellow shoulder there. Right as that happens, I lift, go down to 4th. And I don't brake, I just coast at that point. Pending on my speed and how well I did the chicane, I'll just let it coast, but I might actually give a small dab of the accelerator or two, just to get me around. And then as that orange paint on the barrier reaches the right side of my screen, I'm flat out again, and I've kept it in 4th the whole time. Right around here. Now, here is where my knowledge gets a bit muddier. I know that the 200 is my braking marker. And I know that I'm aiming roughly for the center of the road, but I'm not 100% sure what my turn-in point is here, so I'm just going to refer to my notes here. It's one that I've kind of forgotten since I did it. So chicane 2, turn 6. 200 board. So yeah, I remember the Ghost on this one. They start at about 60 to 50% and then they jump to 100 quickly, and then trail off right as they're going past the 100 board. The turn-in point is after passing the 100, so they're in a straight line until that point, probably to about 50, then a jump, and then aiming for the middle of the road, and then the acceleration point is where, do you see this fence on the right? Do you see where it comes to an end? It's right as it kind of starts to hit your timer. You then go back to flat out again. Sorry, I have the chat closed. Let's see how yous are doing. Oh, you don't have the time, Luke, yet. No worries, man. What do you think? Are you watching this here, Luke? Are you busy doing your own grinding? I'm curious to hear if you are handling any of the track different than I am. Or anybody else in the chat, if you want to chime in and let me know if you have a better breaking point or better line, please let me know. So then on to this next one here. So with this one, I have my brake marker on the right, which I actually much prefer when you got a right hand turn ahead. So it's as that 100 board hits the right hand side of the screen, I'm doing about 60 to 70% ish kind of brake, and my turn in point is actually this 100 board on the left. So turning around like this, I'm down into 3rd, and then once it's that marshal box hits the center of my screen, that's when I know I can go flat out again. I find this to be one of the trickier corners. So in the race, I found I was going wide on it a lot, but when I try to take it quickly, it tends to be the one where I have the highest risk of actually spinning out as well. And the lowest speed that I want for that one is 111 kilometers an hour. Oh, and sorry, another note here. Keep very wide and go for a late apex. So you're kind of aiming for the center of the road and then kind of cutting in, and not even reaching the curb before you see that marshal box in the center. So this one, again, turn 10. So the braking point is at the 200 board. You're all the way over on the left. You're doing 100%, and you are keeping it at about that until the 100 board, turning at that point and then trailing off relatively quickly. shifting down from 5th to 3rd, going around the corner here, and it's as these houses kind of hit the center of my screen, I'm completely onto 100%. Okay, now for this one, sorry, I'll reverse here. You got 2 braking markers. So depending on the speed you're carrying, it's either the dead tree on the right there or the 100 board. They're all relatively close. You're dropping to 2nd for this one, and this is a really tricky one because it's so easy to run wide and hit the wall with this one. So you need to keep it quite wide at first because it's a long looping corner. Down to 2nd, and once that, it's quite hard to see at this time of the day, but do you see that marshal box directly ahead of me? Once that hits the center of the screen, it's up to 3rd. Ride the curb, and you don't want to go below 106. This next one's quite nice anyway, so we'd be up at 5th for this here, and it's just a small lift once that 100 board hits the left side of your screen. Depending on your speed, you don't even have to lift the whole way. Like even about 50% I find does it a lot of the time. And then right as you're near here and you know you're going to make it, typically when your wheels touch, you're just back flat out again. And with this last one, you're doing about a 50% dab. Just I'll reverse here so you see it. Just once the tire wall, that low resolution tire wall, hits the meets the rest of the fence. So right there, I'm dabbing to bring it down from 5th to 4th. So it's a 100% dab, by the way, so a bit of a like that. And turning point, I don't actually have a specific one, just roughly about 50 meters after where you brake. So if I'd be doing my dab, it would be probably the billboard even. So about there, I'd be already turning in. And you accelerate as hard as you can then as soon as your wheels touch the curb. Okay, so that was for me more than anyone, just to try and remember my own notes on each corner. I'm going to go through it now, see what I can remember, and yeah, see if I can get back towards my quali time. How are we doing? How about yourself, Luke? Small dab, post, so yeah, a bit late on the accelerator and too wide there. Probably cost me about half a second. Also too wide. Way too wide again. Yeah, this is a huge problem corner for me. My least consistent one on the track probably. So I'm about 1.5 seconds down from where I should be right now. It's a fairly woeful first attempt, but let's see what we can improve here now. It's much tighter. Much better again. So we're a second up already. Two seconds up. This is good. See that, only had to do about a half lift there. Okay, it's about as competitive as I've been since I set my best quali lap, but not 100% sure where to find the time there now. What I'll do is I'll save my best lap from this session and compare it against my best effort and see what I was doing differently that time. Okay, good improvement on that turn this time. Bit slower there though. Very nearly lost the rear there. Come on. Just pushed that bit too hard. That's a shame, I was 2/10 up. Wolfie, how you doing, man? Jeez, wasn't expecting to see so many of you here. This is great. And Freeze, thanks for joining, man. Freeze, curious to hear what you have to say. I can tell what you've done differently. Now, you can tell what I've done differently, I imagine, between the 156.8 and the 159. Like, that's obvious. What I want to know that I've done differently is between the 156.3 and the 156.8, which I haven't shown on stream yet, so I don't think you'd have feedback from me on that yet. But any tips you have for me, Freeze, please, I'd love to hear from you. Throw them into the chat. But that 156.8 is quite solid. And if it wasn't for just that little extra push that I tried there in that final corner, I would have been probably down in the 156.5s there. So it's not bad. The point is, I'm kind of getting within striking distance of my quali time again, which is good, because for a while there I wasn't getting even under 157 again. Well, the difference is I drove faster off stream. Very true. I have set a few of my best laps now on stream. In fact, it tends to regularly enough happen that I set my fastest time on Sundays, you know, when I have the most experience on the track. And that's always exclusively on stream when that happens. I remember there was one week about 2 weeks ago where Luke had me beat the entire week, and I beat him by 1,000th of a second, like about half an hour before midnight on the Sunday. Geez, really glad to see the chat is working again. Missed yous all last night, I really did. It's a very lonely stream. Okay. So let's compare it against my 156.3. Okay, so if anything, I'm up on turn 1. I have a feeling it's all going to be sector 3. Might be the chicane. Yeah, a bit of a yo-yo there. But ultimately fairly level between the whole thing. Went like a 10th up and a 10th down at different points going through the chicane and the following turn. Okay, but that's a big difference. That's a very big difference, that turn. What am I doing different there? Okay, and I was braking way later here too. Also quite a big difference. Okay. So it's all there then. That will be the difference. 0.4. Small difference there. Okay, about the same there. Just I find that one to be the trickiest turn on the course. Oh, I was a good bit faster through that one there on my other lap. And yeah, no, I knew I was a little weaker on the very final corner. Okay, so it's all down to these two here. Okay, looks like we're braking almost identically. I'm just taking a wider line on my faster lap. And I'm braking a bit longer as well. I'll take a look at the brake trace. So peak braking actually less, trailing off a bit sooner, but holding it kind of at about kind of what you see from between 50 to 25% for a bit longer. Okay, that's good to know. And then with the other one, braking a good bit later. And like you'll see with this one, I was braking before I even fully came off the accelerator. That never realized I did that, but like I only lift off the throttle there, and I'm already a good like 25% on the brake. 20%, yep. So I didn't realize I was doing that. That's a problem. Need to stop doing that. Freeze. The bus stop can be attacked way harder. Yeah, it probably can. Just I'm slowly edging up with that one to the best of my ability. I find that the harder I attack it, the harder I have a time of keeping a tight line through it. So I have like a happy medium right now where I'm definitely faster than everybody else in the races with it, so I don't consider it as much of an issue corner for me. But particularly two of these corners here I was getting overtaken at a good bit in the daily races, so I know I need to work on them first. Then if I get these a bit tighter, I'll move on to the chicane after. So 156.8, so you're doing about the same as me this morning, Luke. I just got a 156.896, pretty much a 0.9, but we'll call it an 8. The team is back together again. Are you excited for the driving school session on Sunday, lads? Oh yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned to you, Hugo messaged me during the week. He's just been absolutely swamped with work, so I asked a few other people in order of how long they've been active in the community if they'd like to join, and most people are actually tied up. So we have that new lad, Jack Skills, appears as Cole Treacle in the game, joining us on Sunday as well. He's been very active since he joined us last week, though, which is always great to see. Quite a bit of pace on him. He's got the fastest time on our board so far. Watching the coaching session. I thought you were taking part in the coaching session. Oh yeah, no, but the coaching session is on Sunday, Wolfie. Freeze, you won't be there on the day. No worries, man. Yeah, nice one, Wolfie. Thought so. I think Tom has something else on the schedule as well. Freeze, he was saying he's finishing up an endurance race. Should be finished on time for 9, but might be a few minutes late. So we'll actually probably start out the session by myself and the other lads doing a few kind of practice laps in our cars, having the chats while we wait for him. Might have a few practice races. You won't be here tomorrow. Okay, I get you, Wolfie. No worries. Taya would have been next on my list, Freeze, but there's a. I'll talk to you offline about that one. There's also a bit of an issue with Luke and Taya joining at the same time, as far as I know. Luke, let me know if we resolve that. But yeah, sorry, I didn't want to bring this up on stream, but yeah, ultimately, Luke, I know Taya isn't 18 yet, and as her parent, I wasn't sure how comfortable you'd be about having her on the stream. But if you're both able to join, and if you are happy enough with her taking part in it, by all means. I prefer to have these conversations not live on the stream. Oh, you've sorted the problem. Okay, great. Well, look, cat's out of the bag now. Wanted to talk to you in private about it, but Luke, yeah, if you're comfortable with it, Ty is more than welcome to join us. I know it is a school night as well. 24 hours of Daytona on the weekend. Nice. Jeez, getting bright in this room. Nice one, Luke. Yeah, cheers. That'll be a good full session then. So we'll have how many? 5 of us. Coach is going to have his hands full. But yeah, it'll be great fun. Yeah, that would be great, Freeze. Thanks. So I just noticed that my camera's getting a bit blown out. Streaming during the daytime, brightness settings are a bit different than what they need to be at night. Just give me one quick second here. There we go. Hey Hugo, good to see you, man. This is great. I wasn't expecting so many of the regulars to be here today. This is fantastic to see you, lads. Really appreciate the thought. No worries, Luke. And yeah, thank Freeze for pushing on that one, sure. Oh yeah, and sorry, by the way, Luke, Wolfie, just if you could let Freeze know what car you'll be driving in as well. We'll be in GT3. I'll be going in the new Porsche personally, but pretty much whatever Group 3 car you want. Okay, just give me a second. Oh yeah, I want to share the anime trailer with you again, seeing as all 37 seasons of it are now on Crunchyroll again. 銀河の彼方より機械の軍勢が攻め来るメチャの手話劇この星の運命は俺の走行が未来を切り開くぜ響けブーカ GT 魂のクラッシュスピードの先へ銀河の信者なのだ Go 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 ブーカ GT So yeah, as you can see, my lame sense of humor is definitely starting to seep through into the stream. Wow, we've how many? Two new subscribers since we started this morning. That's amazing. Thanks so much, everyone. Okay, I want to actually watch the replay of my own best lap quickly. Just take a look at those 2 corners in particular where I was a bit faster, and then I'm going to dive in for about 20 more minutes of quali before my first race. Yeah, that should work out. We'll catch our first race at 10 past 10 then. Yeah, I know it's a crazy thing, Freeze, but like in different countries, they have different time zones. I know, it's so surprising. I think when you're Ireland, UK, you're just operating, or you're used to operating as on a different time to the majority of Europe, so you get used to it. It's maybe a little less jarring for us than it is for you. Yeah, nice enough little international mix here between Ireland, UK, Sweden, Netherlands, and Germany. Okay, so did the chicane about as normal as ever. This corner was about the same. Ooh, Hugo, I would say the people at Volvo are churning and going crazy at that comment from yourself. I'm fairly sure you end up on some sort of Swedish travel ban if you don't say Volvo is the best car in the world. Slightly different here. Okay, so it's up to 6th. Did I keep it in 4th? What? It's gonna be my best lap. No, sorry, that was that stupid 2-minute one. Is Volvo Chinese owned? Didn't know that. Although, you know what though, if I could just pick any brand new car right now, it would probably be the new Xiaomi one. Everything I've seen of it just looks amazing. Like, if I could pick any new car that's realistically affordable, I mean. And I'm fairly sure whatever my next car is will end up being an EV. Haven't got an EV yet, but most likely will be the next purchase. Okay, so let's see, what did I do here? Okay, so I wasn't up to 6th there. Nice. Okay, so breaking up to 200, down to 4th, down to 3rd. Okay, I think I know what I'll do. Just either is the rubbered in part of the road in the middle. I'm just going to follow that as my line instead of aiming for the curb. Seemed to work out quite nicely for me there. I need to get hard on the power. Okay, so I'll know I'm on track if I'm at about 111.7 going into the... Oh yeah, I always forget this is 4 sectors going into sector 3. F8 wagon, nice. My plan as well is to get an old kind of 90s Mazda MX-5 at some point. It's pretty hard to justify to the wife though, like a little 2-seater. Oh yeah, we'll put the kids in the boot. But you get them cheap enough though. Like, I've seen them kind of between 5 and 10 grand here. And if they're like older than 95, you don't have to pay road tax on them here as well, which is nice. Though the insurance is a bit iffy, particularly if I want to get track day insurance. Oh yeah, I'm always, it's funny, you develop kind of like opinions on people's heights just from talking to them or sometimes from seeing them on camera. And I remember during COVID, I started a new job and most people I'd only met through webcam, and one of the first things everyone kind of said to me when they saw me was that I was way taller than they expected. So I'm guessing for yourselves, you probably have no idea of my height either. It's nothing crazy, it's just, it's one of those kind of funny things. I remember we flew to New York to meet one of our clients that we'd never met in person before. She comes in like this brash New York woman and she sees my boss and me and she's like, Clark, you're much taller than I expected, and Brian, you're shorter. Never let him forget it. Okay, let's get some focus laps in here. Dude, freeze, bang on. I'm 6'1.5". Surprised you're using 6'1", aren't you all metric? I'm 186 centimeters. That's impressive. I wouldn't have any gauge from seeing someone in the rig. I don't know what size people's rigs are. Thanks, Hugo. Good luck at work, mate. I tell you, Freeze, you have a career as a carny guessing people's height. Shifted into second there by accident. Okay, so let's follow the rubbered in part of the track here. Nah, too wide. Maybe I should aim for the curb and then maybe that will throw me onto the rubber. Okay, so I'm about 4/10 off best time already here. Can definitely get a bit tighter there too. Did I keep it in? Ooh, dip my tires. Actually, let's see if the lobby for the other race is open. Take a guess on your height. You're German, so I'm just gonna go with a generalization here and guess you're probably quite tall. I know, 6'3". Your metric and freedom units. Okay, metric. We'll say 188, 190. Yeah. I remember hearing this thing before, and yet don't quote me on this because I heard it anecdotally. I read it on Reddit, so I didn't bother fact checking if it was true or not. But I heard it was either in Norway or the Netherlands. It was actually probably the Netherlands, because I think the Netherlands is like one of the highest average heights in the world. And I think a lot of it is attributed to the introduction of school lunches in the 70s, where over a single generation after that introduction, the average height went up by something like 5 or 6 centimeters. Which is just crazy. Because we only just introduced free school lunches for kids here in Ireland within the last year or two. So I'll be curious to see if I end up with giants for children. Too close to the curb, maybe. Sent me wide. Yeah, remember about Scandinavians, Nordics, like if you account for Finland as well, they're all quite tall. Actually, my wife's family are giants. She's the runt of the litter. I am too, actually, for my own family. I'm the shortest of all my brothers. But yeah, my wife had a grandmother who was taller than me, or the same height as me at least. Anyway, she was like 186, and my wife has two half brothers, and they're only like 17 and 21, and I don't know their exact height, but they're all in that kind of 190 to 195 bracket. So I'm fully expecting my son to be an absolute giant when he grows up. Which means I need to be nice to him now, lest he exact his revenge upon me. Okay, only 2/10 down from my best time there. Felt good. Oh, turned too early. Yeah, fairly solid lap that one. Probably under 157 again. Yep. Best of the morning anyway. Oh, 2/10 up here already. There's time to be found. Try a tad more aggressive here. See what we get. It cost me overall. Okay, it was way more aggressive in that corner. Let's see if I keep it in. Nice. More aggressive here as well. Cool, I'm finding time. I'm up on my best ever lap right now. No, pushed too hard. Close. Yeah, I was about 500ths up on my best time there, because on my oh sorry, I can't remember the exact number for the end of sector 2 off the top of my head, but yeah, it was 500ths up at the end of sector 2 compared to my best. Yeah, I know. What happened with the bus stop was I was just trying to push a little harder, and then that ended up just, yeah, sending the car a bit wider than I wanted. It's as I was saying to you earlier, Freeze, it's the harder I pushed there, the more I struggled to keep my line. It was on the turns that followed it was where I was finding the time. I was pushing a good bit harder on them. So I went 2/10 up right away just after turn 1. It was just because I was carrying a little bit of extra speed coming out of my second lap. Oh, I actually clipped the fence there. Did you see that? Freeze, Finland is Scandinavian. No, funnily enough, it's not. It's a common misconception, but I can assure you my wife knows she is not Scandinavian. She's Nordic. We're not Scandinavian. And it's funny, you see it when you go to Finland as well. Like, there's Finland is like people took Scandinavian and Slavic culture and threw it in a blender. It is discernibly different than, say, Sweden and Norway when you compare it, like, culturally and architecturally, and their language is so different. The Finno-Ugric language tree is one of the craziest in the world. Like, it's got about as much in common with Japanese as it does, like, Latin or Germanic languages. It's crazy. It just formed up out of nowhere. It's only, I think, Hungarian, Estonian, and Finnish that kind of share any kind of language roots. Yeah, no, me too. Like, I just assumed Finland was just the exact same as the likes of Sweden and Norway. And, like, in a lot of cultural ways it is, but it's not considered Scandinavian for some reason. It's quite funny because Sweden owned Finland until I think it was about 200 years ago, before Russia took it for a period. Then of course there was the Bolsheviks in Russia, which led to Finland quickly declaring their independence while Russia was in upheaval. And then there was the Winter War preceding that, where Finland fully kind of claimed their independence. Crazy story that, for anybody who's into their history. Yeah, Winter War between Russia and Finland. Too wide. Did I get the penalty? Probably did. Need to be a little wider there compared to the Ghost. Don't get you started on Estonia. How come? Strong opinions on Estonia. Don't come across many of those. It's a bit of a tech hub nowadays. I've only ever been on a couple of day trips to there. You can get from Helsinki to Estonia on a ferry in a couple of hours. In fact, when I was a student in Helsinki, we used to get the boat over to buy cheap alcohol in Estonia and go back, because it was actually cheaper to go on the ferry and buy the alcohol there than it was to buy it in the local shops. And then myself and my whole family were there for a day trip about 2 years ago as well. But funnily enough, never actually spent a night there. Just been there on maybe about 3 or 4 day trips. I do quite like Tallinn as a city though, it's quite nice. It's meant to be a KGB museum there that I haven't visited yet. Yeah, too wide. Slow. So my first race now is going to feel like a bit of a shock to the system after all these casual laps. Stay off the curb there if I don't want to slip like that. Okay, here we go. Okay, no pole anyway, which is good actually. I found myself performing better when I was starting mid-pack yesterday. You just really want to know what Freeze thinks about Estonia. Talk about leaving on a cliffhanger there. Wolf Jordy Smith, I'm 196 centimeters. Are you kidding me? That's huge. 1.9 is very tall as well. Jeez, you're all giants. A lot of yous. Oh no, are we having problems with the comments again? I noticed it had gone quiet there for a minute. Ah, it was going so well. Shout out to me in the Discord if you're having problems with the comments again, lads. Just let me know. I don't think there's much I can do about it though, it's just, it seems to be a YouTube problem. No, I see yours there, Jordy. That's good. Felix mentioned his comment wasn't showing for some reason. Alright, need to pay attention to the race for a bit, lads. Sorry. Oh, there's a finish lad ahead of me now. Thank you. Dirty tire. Defensive driving from me there, holding the inside. This guy behind's a bit faster though. Faster to that final sector, Marco there. He's catching us again quick. Losing a bit of time there still. Again, the amount of times I lost positions on that one corner. I just keep going way too wide mid-race. Oh, contact. Oof, spicy few corners. I played it very conservative to not go flying into them, which gave us a nice little nudge from the car behind. Saved us a position. Dead lucky for us. Yeah, the way they're going at it, I think one is going to take the other out eventually. Marco is a good bit faster than Alcaraz from what I can tell. Probably getting a bit frustrated. I need to be very careful I don't go into them here though. I'll lift a little earlier. Oh, completely missed my braking point there. Inside work for me there. Go defensive here. Worked out. Tense race. It's a bit slow on the gas there, that's going to cost me. Jeez, I'm surprised nothing has happened between the two lads ahead yet. Went defensive through the chicane there because I had a feeling the car behind was going to go for something, and that never goes well for either of us into the chicane, so sacrificed my own line a little bit, but it seems to have worked. Right to the end with those lads. Does he have him? Oh, Marco got it! Right at the end. Oof! That was some battle between the two of them. But geez, that was my favourite race of the week so far, I think. Obviously conceded a position, or was it 2? Maybe 1? But could have been more. It's the first time I've given a proper account of myself being defensive on that track, but it paid off. And despite the amount going on around us, managed to keep it clean and avoid any incidents, so that's a big win. Yeah, Marco. It was a very entertaining race. That must have been like a fine margin photo finish between them. I only saw him dip up to third right before they crossed the line. And Luke, another 10 laps, best was 156.370. Yeah, I wasn't improving either. Test in German, yeah, all good. And Luke, I am about 6 feet tall and 6 feet wide, yeah. I hear you, man. Happens when you're kids. Having a break for a coffee. I had gained a ton of weight when I get kind of towards my early 30s and when the kids came along. I managed to lose it a couple of years ago when I got into running. Oh jeez, I'm jealous of your coffee, lads. Would you just make me one too, please? Just post it to Ireland. All out of caffeine here. But yeah, that was such a good race. I think it calls for a celebration barbershop quartet.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. please like and subscribe.
Thanks, lads. That was beautiful. Okay. But yeah, top 5 in B rank. Quite happy with that for a first race. Let's hope it doesn't go all downhill from here. Get the ghost back. Actually, just Americano black, please. 100% Arabica beans as well. Not settling for any of that instant grind Robusta shite. Still going a bit wide there. Need to keep it at 50% longer brake, I think. And brake harder there. That's what I'm doing wrong in the race as well. Bring it down to third as well. You shared your laps. Nice one. To be honest, I was mostly curious to see your a lap that outdid my one, because I'd really like to see where you're finding the time versus me, but we'll be still curious to see. Just even if you got, like, did you set a 370 there? So that's very similar to mine then. We could see if I'm faster in an area or if you're faster. You're back. How's the coffee? Yeah, we're really even at the moment. It's all the more reason though that I'm curious to see it, given how even we are. I find that sometimes you actually learn more from drivers at your own level than the better ones, like the aliens, because when somebody is so far ahead of you and they're just doing every single corner better than you, it's like, okay, where do I even start? Whereas at least if it's somebody somewhat on the same wavelength as you, and you see that they've got similar abilities to you and they're finding time in one particular corner, it gives you an idea of something you could potentially improve on sooner, rather than just be faster, dude. Get good, mate. Oop. Just checking the chat and missed my breakpoint. What type of coffees are people into? I'm a bit of a coffee snob myself. It's funny because I'm not like that with food at all. Like I'd gladly eat a McDonald's before any fine dining kind of stuff. Yeah, I had a client a few years back who's one of the main coffee distributors in Ireland. I was helping build out their e-commerce site and making some video content for them, and he was just so passionate and so into it that it ended up rubbing off on me somewhat. Oh, I thought I kept that in. Okay, lap otherwise. Anything under 112 is decent enough. Caramel latte for you. You are tasty, alright. Oh, my mic. Nah, I'm all about picking up a single lot, highly acidic, fruity kind of notes to them bag of beans, grinding them and throwing them in my Chemex and just having it black. That's my favorite. I originally stopped having milk in my coffees because I was having like about 3 or 4 of them a day, and when I counted up the calories from the milk and the coffee alone, like it was practically an extra lunch. So I ended up dropping the milk out of the coffees a few years ago, and now I don't even like it. Makes it taste more like chocolate to me than coffee. We got Migu again. Or Bianchi, I remember seeing him ages ago. And Marco. Ooh. Coffee with milk and sugar or cappuccino? Duca, Wolfie. We're in the same lobby. I didn't see. Where are you starting from? And you're on your main. Oh dear. There will be blood. Let's see. Oh, there you are in 8th. Jeez, you'll be past me in no time. Sorry, dude. I wasn't expecting to see you racing. I didn't know you were actually on this morning. Geez, been a while since we've had a race. A few weeks at least. Alright, best of luck to you, man. Reminder to myself, I need to turn back on my heart rate monitor after this. Got to put it on this morning. Hadn't had my coffee yet. We'll blame it on that. Cheers, dude. You too. Wolfie with good game. What happened? Oh no. Did you get taken out? Don't see him in 8th anymore either. Is a bit more pace. A lot more pace there anyway. Probably get a move done here. Oh, working with us. Thanks, Marco. He realizes it's a zero-sum game to try and overtake into that pack ahead right now. He bid his time last race and it worked out for him. Clever racing. Second penalty. Didn't see what that was for. Catch up a bit. Might get a position out of it. He's on the grass. I was a bit slow there myself though. On the grass again. Oh, he's gone. I think Marco had a penalty as well to serve. He slipped a bit behind. Okay, might get a podium out of this if we play our cards right. Ooh, wobble from Migu. Missed my braking point there. Oh, worst part of the track to do that. Oh, another penalty for Marco. He was going to catch us otherwise. Still might, mind you. He's a good bit faster than me. A bit of a battle happening ahead. Did I keep it? I was really pushing there. What are you thinking, Marco? Bump. That's yours, Marco. Take it. Oh no, and a penalty. See if I can build up a gap now before I serve it. It's gonna be tight to hold the top 5 at this point. Ooh. Ooh. Really lost it there. Nice race. It's just a shame. Made a fairly big mistake on the chicane there. Caused the penalty and caused me to drop down from 4th to 6th. But I think Marco essentially had me beat as it was. He was just racing faster than me. He was racing smarter as well, which was nice to see. Good lad. I like racing with him. Yep, not a terrible result. Still in top 8. So that's 2 points finishes in a row. Happy with that. What happened to you, Jordy? Or Wolfie? We take a quick look. I had a horrific time last night. Just all of my earlier races I was getting taken out in. Let's check you out. So I was also having a problem with my replays from yesterday. I don't know what was going on, but trying to look back through them was causing the game to crash. And there was one replay I had where nobody's liveries were appearing for some reason. Thanks for rocking the monster livery. Man, I get so freaking frustrated with people being a car's, or even more than a car's length behind and trying to take the inside there. It does my head in. There's no good scenario here. One of you likely isn't going to survive it, and on top of that, even if you both do, it allows the pack ahead to pull ahead. You would have been so much better off just tucking in behind you there. It's so frustrating, and particularly when they end up well out of it and you don't. Like whenever I saw somebody going for that yesterday, we rolled in my eyes being like, why dude, why are you doing this? Sorry that happened to you, Wolfie. Really frustrating. Oof, that's a sick photo, whoever took that. Haven't played around much with the ambient effects and scapes yet. Must. Hadn't tried Outscapes mode at all until I started making thumbnails for this channel, but I'm addicted to it now. It's a cool little photography tool, actually. How are we doing? 10:43. Need to pop off a bit after 12 p.m. my time to go get my daughter from school, lest she be left outside waiting for me crying in the rain, which would not reflect well on me as a parent, not at all. Oh, sorry I was late getting you, honey. I was playing my racy cars. How's the childhood trauma treating you? Yeah, I'm just falling too wide on that one the more I push. Need to be a bit harder again there. Have you been racing, Luke? How's it been going? Turn too late there. Start it again. Have a proper try at a competitive lap here. Definitely have a lot of work left to do on the chicane. It's not affecting me in the race, but it's definitely affecting my quali pace. good. Should be a relatively competitive lap. Not a record, but not far off. Ooh, 156.487. That's the best I've done today anyway. And there was definitely time to be gained. Like, I was quite slow through the chicane there. And look, if I hadn't botched that, I was actually up by 2/10 there going into corner 1. I won't have time for a full lap. The chat okay, lads? Went a bit quiet again there for about 10 minutes. Just want to make sure it's still working. Somebody wants to give me a thumbs up. Just paranoid now, given what happened yesterday. You finally beat my time, Wolfie. Nice one. What did you get? Did you beat Luke as well? So I'm just going to open a window before the next race starts. You going into your first race now? Ah, F1M Plays, you're still here. Good to see you, man. Oh, don't leave me in suspense, Wolfie. What'd you get? 156.2. Ooh. 10th and a half. Okay, who do we have in the lobby? Don't see a wolf. Don't see Marco anymore either. Ah, Cola's on. Hadn't seen him in the chat yet. Ooh, that were you going. Save me a replay of that race. Alright, best of luck, lads. You're all in an A lobby, okay. Didn't realize you were up at A rank, Luke. That's a huge deal, man. When did you reach A? Need to check that after. Make sure I'm not misreading things. Tightly packed, as per usual. A lot of tight racing in Watkins Glen. It's a bit scary, but I like it. Sorry about that, Nathan. Might have given you a tiny nudge there. Ooh, I think there might be a few track penalties for that one. We shall see. Yep. RBG with half a second there. Saw him go quite wide into the bank. Ooh, elbows. We got RBG with the penalty in the lead. Interesting. Sorry, Sterry. Take it back. There you go. A bit of defensive driving. Ooh, bit of a bump. We kept it in though. I'm not sure if Speedo behind us is actually faster or if they're just in our slip. It's hard to know because I have to account for the cars ahead of me too. So I'm hanging back a little further than I normally would, lifting a little earlier just to make sure I don't cause an incident which is causing them to nudge into the back of me a bit. But it might be phantom speed. Yeah, there's a bit of a gap ahead now, so we'll find out soon enough. Okay, definitely a lot faster than Speedo through the chicane anyway. So I don't have any obstructions. Oh no. My best showing that one. I'm going to defend the inside though. I think I'm faster in just enough corners to merit defending against this chap. Let's see if he gets the undercut done. He might. He might. I have the inside here. Probably getting very frustrated with me at this point because he's come level with me a few times now. That's racing, buddy. Whoa, getting tag team from behind there. It was like the two of them went into the back of me there. No, don't do it. Don't. Like, every time. He made it work, but jeez, I had to lift heavily there to not kill us both. That only works if I let him do that. If I decide, you know what, I'm sticking to my line here and go for it. Oh, juice. That's what you get for being overeager there, Speedio. No sympathy. Save us. Oof, did well to get a top 5 out of that. A lot of moments that race could have ended horribly. I'm having a good afternoon of surviving incidents like that. Last night I found most of them taking me out. I'm gonna save the replay again. Oh, I just got a message from Felix on Discord there saying or from Freeze, I mean, saying the chat is broken again apparently. Sorry to hear it, guys. That's a real pain in the hoop. Can someone give me a thumbs up or a word in their native language? Apparently everything but English is working when it does go like that. Just turn on pulsoid here, get my heart rate on. Terrible race, says Luke. So chat is working for you then, yeah? Just intermittent problem? Crap, says Luke. Well, at least messages are coming through from yourself, Luke. That's a decent sign. I sent it again in the chicane. I got scared and cut to the grass and got reset to the track. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, I had an interesting one. Bunch of potential race ending incidents for me there, but I managed to hang on. Only ended up conceding one place in the end. We'll skip ahead to the final lap. It's where it all kicked off. So I don't even know who rear-ended me here, but I felt a bump from both of them. I wasn't sure which one it was Batman or not. But yeah, O-Juice here does the typical thing that annoys me to no end at the chicane. You're going to try the G70? Interesting. Yeah, I did notice that's got the fastest time at the moment, which I was surprised by. Good to see the Citroen isn't completely dominant, to be fair. Hey, look, so he is gaining on me, to be fair, but look. So, at the braking point, he's still a car's length behind me, and still tucks onto the inside. So, like, here's the thing. I'm careful. I'm looking at my mirror here and I'm looking at my radar, but I would normally be much more turned into this corner at this point. And the only reason I'm not is because I can see he's dive bombing me. So this is just one of those, I can send him into the wall. He can pit maneuver me if I don't let him through here. It's just an absolute Like, I guarantee you 9 out of 10 times that's going to end both of our races. It's only because I'm trying to be careful here that it doesn't. So look, you see, I even have to pull away from him then. Still ahead, but he's the one barging through onto the inside. And then he's through. So I find that very frustrating. Now, here's the thing. We were actually quite far behind from the people in front at that point as it was. But guaranteed, like, that's going to give them an extra half second to a second advantage. So particularly if you're chasing for a position ahead, really bad move to make. Makes a bit more sense in the final lap, I'll give you that, but I don't like it. I wouldn't find myself doing that to another driver because I'm completely relying on them to not end both of our races. And Speedio got a little overeager with me here as well, but paid for it immediately. I think they were just frustrated, to be fair. They've been behind me for the whole race, pretty much on my bumper. Final lap, getting desperate. But yeah, all in all, given the amount of bumps and nudges I took in that one, I'm glad to take a top 5. And Luke got taken out up the hill after turn 1. Why would you go for that? Yeah, it sucks. I got taken out in a straight a couple of times yesterday. Proper pit maneuvered. So I think this will be my last race, and I'm going to spend the final 45 minutes just purely focused on quali and pace. Is there not? What? Oh, sorry, it was the NSX I saw in the top 10. Oh, sorry, it was Cole I saw in the G70, and then the NSX is in the top 10 global leader, boys. So you can forgive me for that now, Wolfie, can't you? Our top 100. It's one in our top 100, which is the most important top 100. I tell you this here, my personal friends ranking, just so you know, it's the only ranking board that Max Verstappen follows. It's the only one he cares about. Oh, he'd Oldham Gamehead said a time, haven't seen him in a bit. You see this at some point, Oldham Gamehead? Hope you're keeping well. You know, I had a moment this morning that was quite reaffirming. For sometimes, like with Gran Turismo, I feel like I'm not making progress, and you know, I'm 1 step forward, 2 steps back in a lot of way. But when I think about it, when I first started this stream, I had only made it to C rank twice, and each time I'd been quickly demoted from it. And over the course of whatever it is, 2.5 months, I'm now at a point that I'm competing in B and holding my own. So that's a big improvement, like, given the fact that I've been floating at that D, upper D kind of rank for maybe about 2-3 months before I started streaming. So it's just good to take a step back, and even if races aren't going for you on a particular evening, go, you know what, I am competing at a higher level now, and this is good. This is all heading in the right direction. So I don't know if you guys do that as well, but it sounds like you're climbing the ranks faster than me, so I'm sure you've plenty to celebrate as is. And Luke, did I hear you're an A now? No. I was... What were you talking about a ranking there, Wolfie, earlier on? It's my own ranking looking. Yeah, little sliver of B there. That's good. It's about the best it's ever been. Give me credit, he says. Never! Huh, interesting. Yeah, because I saw Luke, he's quite far into B, like he's halfway through, but I wouldn't have thought he'd be getting mixed in with A ranks yet. It must be just a bit more quiet for Europe around this time of the day, scraping the barrel to give you people to compete against. Bit disconcerting to hear that the lobbies are still that dirty when you're that high up. What do you think about it, Puka? What should people do?
Like and subscribe to Puka GT!
Say, that goat is a one-trick pony. Glad to see that the stream is stable. I wasn't 100% sure. I've gone back to broadcasting at 4K now that I think I've sorted my internet issues. Oof, 6th. Quite far down here. All the more reason to focus on my quali pace. Looks like we have another YouTuber, Chelsea GT. Be sure to check them out afterwards. Also live. Hey Chelsea. Yoda, I won't boop you. Okay, so this will be my last race of the stream, and then I'm going to do about 40 minutes of quali to finish. Need to be a bit head down and focus on it though. Alright, I'll be happy enough if I convert this into a top 8. It's a fast lobby. You've got top 11 positions under 157 quali time. Ooh, 1 second penalty. Got a place for free out of that, so. Caught up to them a bit there. That was nice. So I'm losing the pack at the front, and Apex Line Racing does seem to be catching me again. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going wrong. Way too wide. Oh no, that's a penalty. I was just trying to push a bit because I could see them catching me. That could have killed my top 5 now. Whoa. Sorry, Apex, I promise you that wasn't me trying to be reciprocal. Completely lost grip there. Most likely going to lose a few positions here. Let's go the defensive line. Oh, slowing him down. Ooh, bit of a nudge there. Oh, has he lost it? He's lost it. He kept it. He lost it. Gotta keep it in. I had to go super out there to give room for himself. I kept 2 tires on by the skin of my teeth there. It worked out. Very risky though. Probably would have been worth just giving him the place, to be honest. No, I'm taking inside, buddy. I'm not letting you do that to me. Just compromised too much with my line there. That's our fellow YouTube streamer, Chelsea. Hello there. Hope you're having a better race than me. Oh no, 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 no. Nobody's fault but my own. Yoda is in the pits for some reason. Damage and tires are dirty. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Oh, not my best outing, that. Probably should have even had a top 5 finish there. But yeah, completely based on my own mistakes, down in 14th. That's okay though. Plenty of good races this morning that I'm happy with. Yoda's still in the pit, causing the clock to run down. Oop. I didn't mean beautiful. Sorry, hit the wrong thing there, Chelsea. Oh no, somebody else said beautiful. See, probably talking about my mess. Okay, just gonna take a quick 2-minute break. Charlie number 9, how you doing? Yeah, trying out a morning stream this week, seeing how it's going. It's been great. We've had Luke and Wolfie and Freeze here. Hugo popped in for a little bit. Great to see you too, dude. Just gonna take a quick 2-minute break here, guys, and then I will dive into some quali laps to finish the session. I'm really determined to... I'm actually gonna even come for you here, Wolfie. I'm gonna see what I can do. Alright, I shall leave you with the trailers.
piece of rubber!
The street, Puka GT. For who fury that you just can't beat. He's dodging the palm and he's hitting the gas. He's the golden crack and the head of the class. Puka GT.
Puka!
Okay, and we are back. So, time to dive into some focus quali. Glad to see the chat is still working anyway. Freeze mentioned that there was some issues earlier, but it seems to be alright. How are you getting on, Charlie number 9? Are you racing this morning or tuning in from your lunch break somewhere? I think you are still second on our leaderboard actually. Oh no, you're not. Jeez. I think that's the first time in weeks I've actually been a tiny bit up on you. Although you're probably focusing on Daily Race C this week, aren't you? Felt pretty good. I think this is a good one so far. Don't want to jinx it or anything, but we'll see. A little softer on the throttle there than I would have liked. But yeah, 111.8 is decent. Hey, not as fast as I thought. I wonder if the chicane was slower than I thought. I was pushing more, but sometimes when that's the case, I actually end up losing more time. I'll try it a little more steady this time, see if it makes a difference. Relatively similar. Slower in that corner anyway, but it was about the same on the chicane. Start her again. Could someone give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're still watching? I think the chat might have died again. Okay, thanks everyone in plays. Although I think emojis work, I actually think it's typed chat. I believe if it detects English language, it blocks it. So emojis might actually get through. Too early there. No? Okay. Good to know. Thanks, dude. Oh, loads of time found there. That's a better first two sector time than my record one. Losing time here though. Pushed a lot there. There too. How are we doing? Don't think I have the record, but yeah, one of my better times today, definitely. Most of the time there was found in the chicane. Yeah. Oh, Tomsoft, thanks for joining. Tomsoft is the coach that we're going to have coming in with us on Sunday. So thanks so much for joining the stream, dude. And let's see, I see you have a tip for me. Try shifting around where the gear counter is. The Citroen loses a bit of power in the high-end regions. Maybe that will also help through some turns. I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Try shifting where the gear counter is. Citroen loses a bit of power in the high end. Are you talking about maybe short shifting or revving it more? Could you clarify what you mean? I'm really curious. I wanna try whatever you're suggesting there. I just don't fully understand. Bit more short shifting, okay. So say around kind of there, around the 8,000. Trying it at about 8.5 just before it reaches 9 right now. Tiny bit earlier, but yeah, should be fine already. So you mean kind of even before it hits 8,000 RPM? Just forgot this car even has a 7th gear. They seem to be giving me a few hundreds, alright. Dog's dinner at that turn. Oh, I have a lot of time to find there. Look at that. Not a great lap, and I'm a 10th up. Last time there. I'm up. This could be it. Nice. Well, no, but interestingly, did you see that there? I was another 2/10 up going into that lap just because of the speed I was carrying coming into it. So that tells me I can get under 156. Sparks Theory, my god. Hello, jeez, I'm a huge fan, man. That's incredible. Thanks so much for joining and saying hello. Wow, first celebrity YouTuber in the house today. Good to see you, mate. So you can see we're a small community here and not nearly up at the level of yourself, Sparks, but working on it as best as we can. Just after setting a new personal best time there. Okay, Wolfie and Luke, I got you again. That's great. I'm a relatively new YouTuber. I only kind of got started with this in December, and I have been playing Gran Turismo about a year and a half now, but only really been playing the daily races for about 6 months, and I'm just slowly kind of climbing the ranks. I've had a lot of back and forth, you know, the typical 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but I'm now up into the beginning stages of B rank anyway, and I've been holding my own here this week at Watkins Glen. So yeah, but it's great. It's absolute honor to have you on the stream, man. Really appreciate it. I think your super chats are the best in the business. If you stick around, you'll see I'm quite into the graphics kind of side of it myself. I'll give you a blast on my barbershop quartet, see what you think. Some serious deep fakery going on here.
Please like
I know
and
it looks like they're actually in the room with me, but they're not.
Please like and subscribe.
Thanks, Sparks. I'm normally a evening streamer. This is my first daytime stream, but I'm starting to put a bit more effort into it now, a few more hours a week. So going forward, I'm going to try and make this stream happen every week. This one that kind of takes us up to lunchtime every day. And yeah, if the popularity keeps growing, I will see about doing even more again. But yeah, my whole purpose of this session, more than anything else, was to get ahead of Wolfie and Greasy Monkey there, which I've done. So lads, your move. Ball's in your court. We'll see how you do. And I might just see if I have time for one more race now before I have to run. Fortunately, I do need to cut the stream a little after 12 today, lest my daughter be left at the school gates waiting for me. Which would not reflect well on me as a parent, not in the slightest. You like that? I was demoing a new anime trailer because Puka, yeah, I'm just actually the face of the channel. Puka the goat, as you'll see him here, he's my boss.
Like and subscribe to Puka GT!
And people were surprised to hear he's actually been big in Japan for a number of years.
銀河の彼方より機械の軍勢が攻め来るめちゃの手話劇この星の運命は俺の走行が未来を切り開くぜ響けプーカ GT 魂のクラッシュスピードの先へ銀河の信者なのだ Go 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 プーカ GT
So yeah, that's the kind of toilet humor dad jokery that you can expect around here. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, thanks for your advice on the short shifting. Really seemed to make a bit of a difference for me there. Found myself getting a few hundredths on the straights each time. So yeah, I'll give it one more race. I'm feeling good after setting a new, better time. We'll see how we stack up on the grid now as well, because I was slipping a bit further down there. I was qualifying about 6th right before the break there. Yeah, it's a shame. I took my eye off the ball going into that second quali lap there because I was just so excited to get back out onto the leaderboard and see where I was sitting. And it was only then as I kind of skidded out, I realised that I was 2 tenths up going into corner 1. Little earlier on the throttle on corner exits 2. Yeah, most likely can. We've actually got TomSoft in the chat there, and he is probably the highest rated driver aside from yourself, Sparks, who's ever joined the chat here, and he is racing with a team called 9PP, and we're doing a collaboration with them on Sunday where he is going to come in and coach a few of us. So, and I've got a coaching session coming up with I'm not sure if you have talked to him much before, but Luke Nadaro. Trying out some of his coaching in March, which I'm looking forward to. Do you do coaching, Sparks, actually? I never checked. Yeah, the reason I sought him out was his Race IQ series on the different ranks is probably the most helpful coaching video I've come across. Like, there's so much good stuff out there. Like, I watch Ollie's, like Rory's and Sammy's kind of stuff. But yeah, that Luke series in particular really kind of helped me when I was kind of getting started with the online modes. So yeah, I think it's 2nd week of March. think it's 2 Fridays from now, actually. I'm on with them. You've known 4 drivers, all coached by Luke, all now A+. Well, that bodes well. I'm hoping I'm not the exception there. But yeah, I'm no spring chicken, and they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Guess we'll have to find out. Oh, Alcaraz again. We had a great race with him earlier. Who else do we have? Marco, but a different Marco, I think. Different flag, anyway. Oh, it's too late there. What's Southwest Racer going to do? We go defensive? We'll go defensive. Oh, no, he just went for it anyway. So he picked up a 1-second penalty. He must have gone outside the track to barge past me there. I think he's given the place back, to be fair to him. Shift down to second there. Got M Stone right in our heels. Nice little cutback. He probably picked up a penalty there too. Looked like he was way off. Oh, no. And it's on the curb. Too wide. Jeez, not my finest outing, this one. Thought I'd be in a better spot after the quali session. Sketchy. I'll be a little more conservative on the chicane this time. Been too brave with it. It's going to cost me the last 2 laps. Yeah, that works much better for me. Hit the throttle a little too early there. I like that livery. Oh, somebody had an adventure up ahead. Take him here. Find a route around. Are we alongside? I think we can go inside. Got it. Oh no, all the good work undone. Got lucky there. Ooh, I'll have to be defensive here. It's caught right back up on us. If he had followed the racing line there, we'd probably be cooked. Oh, another chap trying to barge his way through. Take the inside here, try to reclaim 8th. Tense race. I enjoyed that though. Good battle with the Swiss lad. Unfortunately, it did allow, how do you even pronounce that, McLaren to get the move done near the end there. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. Wolfie, would you give me a moment of the sun for even just 5 minutes? Good man though, always pushing us forward. I think that was my race of the week. So glad I jumped back in for one more. Mistakes and all. Okay, but unfortunately that takes us to 12, and I need to be a bit stricter with the time I log off on for these kind of morning streams. Just, you know, responsibilities with kids and that for the day, so I need to focus on that. Phenomenal stream though, so excited to see so many of you here. Jordy's saying no. I will try to get your time. I might get a little bit of time tonight once my wife goes to bed to try and up my quali one more time. I do reckon I have under 156 in me. Tom, thanks so much for joining and giving me the tips, man. Made all the difference. Sparks, pleasure to meet you in person, dude. Been a fan of yours for a long time. F1 in Plays, thanks for joining too. Southwest Racer apologizing me for some reason on the stream here. But everyone, thanks so much. This was a huge success. I'm definitely going to be doing it again. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.